How's the feeling been in the camp since the weekend, heading into tomorrow night then, Stuart?
No, fine. I think you're obviously disappointed you don't win the game on Saturday, but I think in terms of the players, but a recovery day for a lot of the ones that have played a lot of minutes, and then a session for the other guys that either didn't go in the park or had limited minutes, so nothing really different in that sense. But obviously it's a big week, it's a tough week. The first game coming up on Wednesday, we know we've got the late kick-off on Saturday, so I think just really for us it's just making sure we're best prepared for both games. I know we can only take the first one, but obviously we have to think about what comes over both those games, and trying to make sure that we're as fresh and as sharp as we possibly can be, and taking both games in their individual merit. So that will come into my thought process, that will come into the equation for the players, and yes, we want to try and find a consistency of performance and results. It's as simple as that, and we'll try and do that the best way we possibly can over the next few days.
Obviously had an awful lot of injuries, so maybe don't have the luxury of trying to spread the minutes about, but is there maybe a case for a couple of changes in either game?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely do. I think if you look around the country, you're going to see something similar. As I say, a lot of players, a lot of teams did a lot of minutes. You rightly mentioned the injuries, but that has got slightly better. I think when you see our bench, then we've got some options there, and we've got some guys that can absolutely come in and start games of football. And there's going to have to be that side of it. But as always, you're trying to methodically do it. You're trying to do it for the players you feel fit the game best. You're doing it so that you get into a position where everybody's fresh and fit, and I think that's probably the most important bit. Just making sure everybody's fresh and everybody's ready to go.
You touched on Saturday about hoping to hear the audio of that particular incident. Have you made any headway in that department?
Yeah, I've had a conversation, and fortunately or thankfully, and really appreciate it, the communication's been really good with Willie, to be honest with you, and Martin at the other side. So yeah, managed to get a conversation with the guys yesterday, managed to kind of go through the incident. I think it's really important for me to say that is a protected conversation, if you like, in the sense of the specifics that were mentioned.
Do you feel more or less frustrated now?
Listen, the open and transparent bit is that, I think that the guys feel that there is a foul on the goalkeeper, the first instant. Willie and Martin feel that's one that they want to see their officials give. So I need to acknowledge that part of it. I don't agree personally, and the guys know that I don't agree with that. We spoke quite a bit about the process, about how we get to the decision, what the conversations are after it, etc. Because it is a bit here where I think we're all want to be humble enough to get better, to make sure that the whole process is right, and what I mean by that is my side of it as well. So my communication to the fourth official, my communication to the officials after the game, and I wasn't disrespectful in that in any way, shape or form, but just making sure that we're all seeing the same things and we're starting to agree on the outcomes and the decisions and how we get to the outcomes of the decisions. So I think the bit that I can give you quite comfortably is the officials want to see that first contact given as a foul. I categorically disagree with that, and I did say that, and partly the reason because Marley wins a header, he touches the ball, the goalkeeper misses the ball, so that was my argument on that side. But I accept the reasoning, I accept what they've said, and I feel that it sheds a wee bit more light on it for me.
The result, as you say, the other day broke the cycle of the losing streak. Do you feel more positive having a couple of days down the line, having managed to do that, obviously going into two tough games? Yeah,
without a doubt. I'd certainly rather be sitting here with 3 points, but I'd rather be sitting with a point and breaking that cycle going into your next game of football. And for us, we wanted to try and break that cycle a lot earlier than what we did. We haven't, but I thought we showed a strength of character to get someone out of the game on Saturday night. As much as I felt that we possibly could have turned that into 3 points. I did speak about getting that first goal. We got that, and we still didn't get quite the full outcome that we wanted. But without question, I think we've always believed in ourselves in this run, and I think just by as I say, breaking that run of defeats, then I think it puts you in a more positive mindset. I've always been positive about it. I think sometimes just in terms of the players, it makes them feel slightly better. I think if you put any one of them in front of you here just now, they'll tell you that wasn't what they came for. They didn't want to draw the game, they wanted to win it. But as I say, they've been 100% there, whereas even through the difficult moments in games, I think, being behind at half time and having to pick yourself up and try and get back into a game, as I say, they've shown that time and time again. And I think this game on Wednesday presents a real difficult challenge, going to the league leaders, going away from home. But I think you'll see a group of players that believe that they can get something out of the game.
How's your record at Hearts, Stuart? It's one of the more attractive venues, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I can't remember off the top of my head. We don't go into it too much in terms of what your own personal record is. I think what's more important is what Kilmarnock are going to do there on Wednesday, or what we aim to do. But no, I think as a manager, I think I've had a few wins there in the past, some good results. But it doesn't really come down to that. It comes down to how we apply ourselves and how we perform on Wednesday. And I think everyone will tell you in Scottish football, it's always a place that you look forward to going. As difficult as it is, it's a brilliant venue, it's a big football club, they've got some really, really good players and they're performing well. So I always say that you want to test yourself against the best, and I think that you're coming up against such a strong side at this minute in time.
I saw Paul Ronald at the game on Saturday, watching, perhaps.
That'd have been good for you.
Claudio Braga said after that some teams are starting to get the measure of Hearts because they're identifying things.
Yeah,
Have you seen anything?
I'm not sure that I see that. Obviously, their striker and someone that's performed so well for them this season is entitled to say that. But I think they've got a number of strings to their bow, is what I would say. I think when you look at the options that they've got, the depth of squad that they've got, I feel that they've recruited really well. I think there's a couple of different ways that they can flash their teeth at you. There's a couple of ways that they can attack you. I think they've been credited for being really strong at set plays, but I also think they're really strong in open play as well. So no, I don't buy into that personally. I think that they're a team that have so much quality that I think you could see maybe 3 or 4 changes to their team to freshen up on Wednesday as well. So I just really think that we need to make sure that we're as well versed as we possibly can be in what's been pretty consistent, but also what those changes can look like.
So it's the Paul Ronald dossier.
That's the information that came across.
Ethan came into the team on Saturday, been first time in a while we'd seen him. How do you feel he did on?
I think he done well. Ethan's someone that we've had high hopes for since we came into the club. Obviously, at times he maybe had a few opportunities in there and performed well. He's had to be patient since then, but we felt he earned his chance to get into the team. He possibly had that little bit of rush of blood for the penalty, and he knows that. And we've looked at wee bits for the goal that Dundee United conceded as well, but I need to say, for the maturity the lad has for his young age and probably a lack of experience, is quite incredible. He's hard on himself, he challenges himself, but no, I'm happy with how he performed in the game. There's always going to be a couple of elements that we think that you can improve on and you can tidy up on, but he is in this, if you want to call it, this development phase of his career. So it's about understanding what you've done right, what you've done wrong, and how you can move forward as a player. And we don't have to challenge Ethan too much on that. It's the type of lad he is. And
in your previous jobs at Ross County and Motherwell's, maybe been times where there have been like a kind of an extended run where things haven't been going too well. How much can you draw on those experiences to try and help you through this period in time?
No, I think you do, but you say that about me personally. I know we're sitting speaking about my team at this minute in time, but I think most, if not all, have experienced that within football. It's a thing, it's a tough league, really, really difficult league. I've experienced it as a player, experienced it as a coach, experienced it as a manager, and you draw on aspects that you feel that maybe turned a corner or helped certain individuals, helped you personally, how you address the players, when you address the players. You go down to the specifics of coaching sessions, game plan, tactics. You go through absolutely everything. Sometimes too much, but no, I think in general what we need to try and do is make sure that we're maximising the quality that we've got in our group and making sure that everybody gets to the highest level that they possibly can in a game. So whether that's doing less to be fresh to get to certain games, whether that's reducing information sometimes, not in muddy waters, and at times where people maybe aren't thinking as clear as they had been previously, whether that's adding more information. Rest assured, I look into these things every single minute, every day, and sometimes it wakes you up at night and you're trying to conjure up the right answer to the problems that you face. But no, as I say, just us trying to get the players into the best possible position to start a game of football will give us the best chance.
So for any differences from the squad from Saturday for tomorrow?
Don't see there being any major changes. No, I think you'll virtually see the same 20 players.